This episode of Mystery Crate is brought to you by DraftKings. DraftKings, the crown is yours.
We can get to the chip bag if you want.
We'll start with the
I think it needs to lead like the national news.
It's a revelation.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's
What happened with the chip bag?
Oh,
No, you're about to find out. You're about to find out.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
I'm wearing my cursed jersey because now
Why is it cursed?
I've worn it 4 times. I think they've lost every single game that I wore it.
They just
Well, now
won
the
it
series is
last
over,
night.
so
They lose
there you
tonight.
go.
That's why I wore it today. Yeah.
Huh.
I wore a brand new home field shirt for the Notre Dame Northern Illinois game last year,
and burn it.
literally did not touch it until a week ago. And I guess maybe I started World War III now that I think about it. Probably just shouldn't have put it back on.
I have worn, so FIU has like their Vice night for football where they have like Vice uniforms. So I've gotten like the Vice jersey because they're always really cool. And both times the football teams had the Vice night, they've lost. And I'm like, when am I going to wear this again? Because it's new every time. I mean, at some point I probably will, but it's just bad memories.
I'm surprised they didn't win the first game they played in that. I feel like normally when teams debut like an actually cool new jersey, there's they
but when you play a team that's better than you,
The first.
that's why you
tough
don't.
to-
That's why you don't debut.
The thing about FIU
unless
is
it's a cupcake
But
matchup.
they don't have cupcake matchups.
there was.
They are the
hold on-
cupcake.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second.
Relax.
Hold on a second.
how dare you talk?
I
about
went to
First of all,
school
pause
like
up.
that? How dare
Thank you, Jess
Pause up.
gets it. Yeah.
Be realistic.
As a team broadcaster, I will not stand for that. What
Even though not the football team
do you mean?
right now.
What do you
Because
mean?
it was baseball season. You're the baseball.
No, that
You
was
did football games.
I
No,
did,
I know.
I did
Now the
both games. They
I know,
lost
but now the
too.
season's over.
They like brought me in like, oh, Vice night, Billy, you want to do? I was like, yeah, and then I was like, ooh, not great. The first one was like there were Lamborghinis on the field, and
I do remember that.
It
That
didn't
was
go
cool.
great. They were that
Was
one.
there a boat on the field too?
Year 2?
That
there
was the
a
one
boat
where
on the field.
Taylor emptied his
His bank
Account.
account. Yeah.
That was
on,
that was
whatever
first
the
one.
spread was.
That was first Vice night where I was like, Taylor, I don't know about that decision, friend. Like, I don't think.
I
you
mean,
should be
he's
doing
a reckless gambler. It's okay.
that. Hey, Jess, how are you?
I'm good, Billy. I heard you were puking all week. Are you okay?
No, just last night. So like last night.
Well, Tuesday night.
Sure, whatever. So the night that I was sick, I don't know what happened. I just all of a sudden got like a really bad migraine, and then I was, like puking, and it was like I didn't have like stomach issues. I think it was just from like the pain, and
my
then I tried to
God.
put on like the Stanley Cup final game 6.
Then you puked again.
And I saw that they had scored a goal, and I was like, oh, I don't know, this isn't doing good. I had like light sensitivity, so then I like went to the room, I laid down, my wife put on Love Island, and I was like, hey, maybe keep that down a little bit.
Yeah.
I rubbed some stuff on my head, I took a shower, I took some Tylenol, that all came up. I still don't know what caused it. It's weird.
That sounds horrible.
You
Yeah.
feel better now?
Now obviously days and days removed.
Then you saw Jeremy with the keyboard?
I saw Jeremy so I was coming in the next morning, I'd throw up in the morning. But like to be honest with you, to take everybody behind the scene, like we knew the plan was for Chris and Roy to go to Elbow Room.
What?
And
What?
I
Genuinely didn't know that.
I knew that
I'm going to add something when you're done with that.
I
Go
was
ahead.
I was tipped off the day before, like 5 p.m. Hey, they're probably gonna go. I have to sit in the EP set. I was like, okay, fine. And I was told by people around me, like, you should just call out, like, just tell them, like, you're not feeling well. But, and I know this is gonna sound like, look at me, whatever. But I was like, if I do that, doing that at like 7 a.m. is not good form to begin with. And then I also know like one of the two of them then is gonna get stuck not going to this thing that I know they actually care about. So like,
Aw,
I'll
good
just,
teammate.
power through.
Somehow Tony or I would have ended up sitting in the EP chair, which would have been a disaster.
Nah, it would have been fine. But then as I was driving into the garage, I see Jeremy taking his keyboard out of his car, and I was
You
like,
were like, what
oh,
did I do?
brother, why did I do this to myself? No offense.
I will say this.
Sure.
Chris did kind of like a switcheroo where he's like, oh, we're going to go. And then in the middle of the show, he's like, I'm not going.
Yeah, I don't know.
And then he's like, all right, I'm leaving. And then we were like, oh, I thought you were staying. And
I
he's
think
like, "No,
that's
I'm
the
gonna go."
move where it's like, no, go.
You guys go.
Yeah,
It's like Chris is like, I've never asked for anything other than when I called Dan so I could go to the Super Bowl that one year. But other than that,
Well, you
Forgot about
missed,
that.
Jess, you missed what he was saying to Dan. He's like, Dan, I think it's best for the show if I
this is
stay.
my
I think it's
assignment. I
really
was
better
born
for
for
the
this
show.
assignment.
I think it'll be a smoother show if I stay here, so I don't think I'm going to go. I'm like, wow, Chris,
So selfless.
You're so mature. You deserve
In
a
the spirit
prize. Go to the
of-
thing.
Matthew Kachuk or whoever it was that hurt their spleen or something last year in the Stanley Cup. Billy toughed it out on behalf of hockey, which proves ultimately, I think podcasters tougher than hockey players.
Yeah. And then fast forward 3 hours, he's taking beers out of a small Stanley Cup right there in his Instagram.
Chris,
story.
not me.
Yeah, Chris, yeah.
No.
Oh, I was like, damn, okay. I missed a lot.
No, and I'll have you guys know that the camera people have already returned to the studio in plenty of time to record today, sans Chris, who stayed behind.
I mean, he can't go down, then go back up, then go back down.
He definitely can. He definitely
He totally could.
He definitely could.
It's his job.
Correct. Thank you, Jess.
you know.
Thank you. What kind of life are these people living?
He's
Thank you,
there.
Jess.
Again,
Thank you.
he was doing an incredible job.
I would have done the same as Chris, to be fair. I would never drive back to Dade.
He was doing an incredible job at Elbow Room, standing around drinking beers. Yeah.
He didn't have a microphone, didn't have earphones, so he didn't hear what was going on.
Because he
in
went
the
in
show.
without
Yeah,
them.
he didn't
He
take
left
them.
the crew behind to go inside.
But even when he was there, he didn't have headphones.
Well, I put up a couple videos and tagged at LeBatard Show. So
Oh, no.
balls in a day's
hard
work.
day's
Oh,
work,
we're
yeah.
good then.
Jessica, do you remember a couple weeks ago we played a game where we opened your mail?
Yeah, I do remember. You opened the Caitlin Clark book.
We did.
From Howard Megdal.
We opened
right.
the Caitlin Clark book. To my knowledge, you don't have any more mail here at the moment.
Oh.
However, I do want to do another opening of some kind that I found today, and I think that you might be interested in it. And everybody's seen it, but this is a game called, and you can see here, this has not been opened yet. Guess how many chips are in this bag of
Oh,
chips?
hell yeah. Okay, can we start with this? If we're going to do this right now, we need to put like hashtag unboxing in the video description because that was a missed opportunity when you opened my mail last time.
Yeah. Okay. So
Hashtag unboxing
how do we do
a
this?
Ruffles bag.
Do you guys want to go
Unbagging.
around and guess? Everybody kind of saw already the situation, so I think it's best, Jess, if you just do it, and we'll just block out the sponsor.
Everybody
here
else.
just in case.
Everybody else has an idea of what's going on.
So now you don't know who it is that's inside this bag of chips. Whoop.
Yeah, they held it there, yeah. Just flip it the other way.
All right. If you want, can I give you a hint?
Oh, we could have.
Can I give you a hint, Jess?
Yeah.
All right, ready? Can you see this? Is this
Zoom
on
out,
camera?
zoom out video,
Zoom out
zoom
for a
out,
second.
zoom out.
Can you see this, Jess?
Yeah.
Okay, ready?
Oh my God.
Guess how many chips are in this bag of chips?
Has everyone else felt the weight of it except me?
Some
That's
have
why you're the only
felt
one that's
the weight
playing.
of it. That's why
Yeah.
you're the one
That's
playing.
why you're the one
because
playing.
I walked out. I went to get some chips because I've been kind of trying to take it easy with what I'm eating, and then I decided, you know what, cheddar and sour cream seems like it's a good decision right now. Really, it's because there was no more lunch. I went in and I had like the little like rabbit food that we have, the little nuts and cheese and whatever in the
I would
fridge.
love that.
And then I was like, I'm gonna treat myself. I've been a good boy. I haven't had anything to eat in like a day now. Let me eat something before Mystery Crate. And I grabbed this bag of chips, and again, it doesn't go straight
Unopened.
down. It just kind of unopened.
Yeah.
As you can see here, still unopened.
Takes a nice little
Wow.
float.
Can you
down.
shake it
I can't.
in front of the mic?
No, that's
Yes.
illegal.
I-
That's
No,
an
no, do
illegal
it.
move.
Okay, 0. It doesn't sound like there's anything in there.
All right. Are we ready for the grand opening?
But are we going to go around the room and see who's closest?
No, we all
you guys
know.
have all felt
Yeah.
it.
We felt it, but there could
She
be,
know- okay,
there
you
could be
can
a
guess.
certain amount.
You can guess.
Wait.
Well,
Okay,
let her guess
before-
first.
Before
Yeah.
you open it, I'm guessing 0. But does one chip count as like a crumb, or does it have to be an intact round?
not gonna be an-
Ruffle?
There are
No.
0 intact chips
Yeah,
in this
there's
bag for sure.
0%,
This is
yeah.
a bag of crumbs.
So then it's 0.
Okay, well, let's just see how many, I guess, parts. Ready? We're going to open it here. I don't know, so you guys can see here.
Yeah, zoom in, Jason.
So you can see there's still air in it. All
There's
right.
definitely more air in there than chips.
All right. I'm going to pour this out. Oh, boy.
Here, hold on. Let me put it here. Let me put it
I'm
here.
going to
so
turn
you
this to the
Yeah,
camera.
yeah.
so you
No,
can
no,
This
see.
is what happens when
Oh my
David
God.
Sampson becomes an executive at Metal
This
Art.
is nuts.
Oh, bro.
The corner cutting around here is despicable.
I don't even think if you added all the pieces up, you would get a full ruffle. There you go.
This was the number of chips inside
You left a good soldier in here.
that
Hold
bag.
on.
Oh, did I?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. We don't want to
Oh,
sell
my
him short
God.
there. Well,
Hold on,
that
hold on.
soldier's
No, that soldier's-
staying
yeah.
behind.
Oh, no, I got him. Okay,
Staying
here we go.
buried.
There we go.
There you
Okay,
go.
great. So it looks like,
I would say 0.35.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hey.
But if you
Damn,
count the
I didn't know we
pieces,
were
maybe
doing
like
fractions.
8 chips or so. So,
Yeah.
all right, that was the first edition of Guess How Many Chips Are in This Bag of Potato Chips.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think I won. I didn't go over.
No, you didn't go. I guess there's not a full
you're right.
chip.
Yeah.
This has to be like some sort of manufacturing glitch, right?
Nah. That meant to do
I
it.
don't know. Have you ever gotten a cheeseburger from McDonald's with no meat in it?
No.
No.
You got
got-
a grilled cheese at McDonald's?
I've gotten that before, and my first thought is the motherfucking teenager that's in there thinks he's
Whoa.
funny, like because they make it by hand. They know what they're doing, you know.
Well, I've told
you
you
guys
guys
know
before.
snack wraps are back?
Yeah.
What?
Snack wraps are back.
Not till July, right?
Ooh, that was bad shit.
Soon.
One that was in
Of
there.
course, it's terrible.
Ew, well, you ate it? Billy.
I ate the one piece. I figured I'm gonna enjoy, the fruits of my labor here. We played a game.
The guy,
chips
There was
your
some
labor.
sort of like
It was
manufacturing
hard.
malfunction. I
Yeah.
would have not eaten that.
the guy who is always worried about his stomach eating the manufacturer.
I'm hungry. I had like a little cheese thing and a couple nuts, and there were like these squishy things, and I was like, "Are these prunes? What are these?" I couldn't figure out what they were. I ate them.
They're
What were they?
cranberries.
Maybe tried up like cranberry. I don't know.
Yeah.
I ate them. What age do you stop eating blueberries? Because they're very popular with children, but I don't see adults that ever say, "I want some blueberries."
I have blueberries. In
I
my
eat
house.
them all the
blueberries,
time.
Yeah, Greek yogurt.
We
Okay.
always
We
have
have them in our
blueberries.
house right now.
I have them right now.
Never
too.
mind.
Little Greek yogurt, little granola, some honey.
I went to Publix yesterday. Got blueberries.
Really? And you ate them?
Well, I haven't eaten them.
Another time that I got sick, I had blueberries before I got sick, and everything was purple, and I was like, I'm dying. This is not. Nothing
blueberries?
has ever come out of my body purple before, and everything was purple, and that was the day that I was like, I don't think I'm just gonna do blueberries anymore. Like I'll leave that to the kids. The girls can have the blueberries, and I will stick to
Never
eating
eat beets, Billy.
I'll eat the Ruffles.
So instead of your vomit
I mean
being
the potato
purple,
chips, no names.
It's orange.
What happens when you eat beets?
Yeah, what happens when you eat beets?
Everything's red.
You guys never had beets?
Yeah, everything's like blood red.
I don't really look for them.
Yeah, you'll think you're dying for sure, Billy.
Really?
Hey,
Anyway, I'm gonna go. I'll see you guys later.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Jeremy
You
has to
didn't
go do-
announce
you
it.
walk
Marvelous.
out
Yeah.
with a beating it joke.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Interesting.
Just beat it, Jeremy.
Hey, there we go.
All
I
right.
hate myself.
Oh,
right.
just because of that joke or in general?
Just in general, and because of the joke.
All right.
I have a question for you, Jess. So you like a lot of old timey stuff, and we were talking about.
Is that a compliment?
Yeah, I don't know.
Is that a diss? Like,
I feel like
you
she's
like shit that sucks.
She's
like,
no,
what's
that
up?
sucks. Just like she's an historian.
Whoa, Tony.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Tony doesn't know words. Yeah. So,
You like shit that
yeah.
sucks?
what
Everything
does it have
old
to do with
sucks.
old stuff?
That's the joke I'm making. Jeez.
Good joke.
Me.
Thank you.
Sick joke, bruh.
This guy just doesn't get it, dude. This guy was,
I don't get it. You're
Yeah,
right.
you just wanna be
I
funny
don't
Jess,
get
guy.
it.
what is the thing that you like that sucks the most?
yeah, thank you. Good question.
Right now, the Chicago Sky.
But no, but
They need some help. They're playing better though. On the upswing at the start of this from the start of the season.
yeah, so since you brought up sports and old stuff that apparently sucks, when should we start counting sports history? Like, because so earlier today, somebody, I think it was Nick Wright, said, "Oh, there's a hockey team that won 7 titles in a row," and we're like, "Yeah, there was 6 teams. That doesn't count." So, what is like the correct time period to start counting stuff now? My argument was when commercial flight became a big thing, because then you can travel.
So what year is
that's
that?
That's so arbitrary.
year is that?
Because, dude, 1930, right? Uruguay, they win the first 2 World
The World
Cups.
Cup,
It was
right.
1930. Teams were coming on barges from like Sweden. Come on, there's no teams going to that. So, what year I think is like the correct year to start actually like, okay, these sports count now?
The
Like
bicentennial.
the quote unquote modern era.
Yeah, like the Yankees won like 17 World Series when half the guys were milkmen. So like, what's the real year that we
I
should?
think it all counts. I mean, you just have to clarify what made it different than now when you're giving that statistic. Like it still counts though.
Oh, come on, Jess. Those Boston.
Like this
those
team won
Boston
7 Stanley
Celtics-
Cups, but there were only 6 teams. Okay,
Those
like
Boston
that's good
Celtics
context.
titles don't count. Come on, we all know that.
It's just adding. You're just. I believe in adding context to any sort of historical discussion. It's
2025,
and then
we
you can
don't do
decide
context
as a
anymore.
consumer.
Yeah, we don't do context in 2025,
you give
Jess.
it
We
the
know
same
this.
amount
Thank
of
you.
weight.
You just read the headline and you move on.
Thank you.
Why did we not talk about Tyler Herro just saying that history doesn't exist before 1950?
Wait, you guys haven't talked about that yet?
No,
Oh my god!
I think
What?
I think that the bat signal was sent out from Heat
Yeah,
Arena across the street.
Yeah.
I was like,
I think
Zip
the
it up,
guy that
everybody.
left was pushing an agenda.
zip it up, everybody.
Wow.
Don't say anything.
I totally regret not just swooping in during my segment this week with that to see what Dan had to say. Yeah, he said what he doesn't believe in history before 1950.
We have the video.
Yeah.
We have the video up. I saw it. That's where I remembered seeing it this week.
Oh,
It's
good.
Somewhere here. I just don't know if
Yeah,
we have the
I'm
capacity.
pretty sure
to
I
do
could
that.
it, but I don't think anybody's back there with Jason.
We never saw it, and I
Never
like
mind,
that
sorry.
in the clip that I saw, he also mentioned that he didn't think the moon landing was real, which was post 1950.
Yeah, that was in
which
like
is-
Correct,
what
correct.
Yeah.
1969.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
He was on Aiden Ross's stream, and that's where he
Oh,
was
boy.
talking about
another
all
genius.
that.
I don't know who that is, but I can just tell it's not a good thing.
You don't want to know
Who's
who it is.
who's the person that's most successful or wealthy that you look and you're like, It really can't just be anyone that's rich and successful except me, huh?
I show speed.
Really?
I mean,
Who's that?
He's fast.
He's a streamer who's made a crazy amount of money, like big Cristiano Ronaldo fan.
Anybody that you say who's that, they're probably a streamer.
Yeah, and he's just
fair
making
enough.
crazy money.
Aiden Ross is a streamer, and that's why
Yeah.
you
I'd have
haven't
this
heard
to me
of him.
all the time on TMZ.
The Manosphere.
No.
I don't know the Manosphere
No,
guys.
it's not that. It's,
He is one of those guys, though. You're
No,
right.
but I see things like on TMZ where it's like, oh, look at this person and that person out on a date. I'm like, I don't know who either. Like, which one of them is a celebrity?
Really?
We're mentioning both
Do you
of them
listen to
by
Who
name.
Weekly?
No.
Okay, it's this podcast where they literally, I don't listen to it very often, but occasionally there'll be a sports person on it and I'll listen because it's funny because they'll like explain who someone is that's in the news. But every week their podcast, they just talk about like the 3 like Z-list celebrities that have been in the news, and then they talk about like what the hell is going on and who they
What the
are.
hell?
Yeah, I see the people all the time. I'm like, I don't know who these who is this person? You know what's a good show that I have seen just via like TikTok clips that's similar to this, Jess, and I don't know if this is like gotten in your algorithm or not. It's a show that's like years old. That was like Funny or Die, and it's Tig Notaro, I think is the host, and it is like a celebrity comes out, and I guess Tig Notaro just doesn't consume pop culture whatsoever, so Tig has to guess who the celebrity is that's on the show. So like someone comes out, and Tig is like, "Are you an actor?" And then there's like different clues that they have to give. You got to check it out; it's pretty funny.
I'm very intrigued by that. I just went on the Who Weekly feed, and their most recent episode says Bonnie McKee, Jalen Hurts, and Jimmy Donaldson, and all of them have like a question mark at the end. But since Jalen Hurts is in it, I think I might have to listen because sports topic.
We actually found the Aiden Ross video. Jason's gonna play it for us.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Think so?
Yeah, but I don't think he dropped 100.
History.
Are you serious?
No, I'm dead.
Wait, so you don't believe shit that happened like 200 years
What
ago?
about the moon
No,
landing?
hell no.
Wait, really?
What about the moon landing?
No, I don't believe in that.
Oh.
I don't believe anything that happened before 1950.
Wait.
Wait,
20
now
years
I'm
after.
thinking.
Nah.
Have you been f***ing bamboozled?
No. Like, okay, like, do you think the Earth's flat?
That has nothing to do with that, bro.
Okay, to state the obvious thing that everyone's saying, yes, the Holocaust happened before 1950, so red flags were sort of raised after this.
I
But
didn't think about that at all, actually.
that is
But the thing is, it's such a ridiculous statement that even Aiden Ross is taken back by
yes,
it. Like if you see his face,
that's
he's
what I
like,
was
"What?"
gonna say, Fuentes. I hadn't seen the clip yet. Yeah, he's like, oh no.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
like, he's like, "What is this idiot saying?"
I assume his grandparents were born before 1950. Also, were they just like?
No, they don't exist.
I don't understand.
Well, there's a
Was
weird
he on? Was he high?
Back to
I
the
don't get it.
Future time thing happening
In
here.
context, I think they're
Yeah.
talking about the Wilt Chamberlain 100-point game. Like, I think that's
Oh God,
where,
not this again.
I
But
think
look
that's
at-
where it started.
Yeah.
Like,
We still haven't listened to the Pablo episode.
yeah, Jason's gonna throw up Aiden Ross's reaction. Literally his reaction when he heard that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aiden Ross is a kind of smart guy, so you probably realize,
Is
I
he?
got something here. I mean, dude,
He found a way to make money selling this shit. So.
No, not make money. He makes millions of dollars streaming. Like, he is incredibly successful in this streaming.
That I don't know that makes you like a kind of a smart guy.
No, you can be an absolute idiot. Like,
There's a lot of dumb rich people. Oh, a lot of dumb rich people.
okay, and then how do they get that money? By creating something or doing something that gives them the value to get millions of dollars. So, like, intrinsically, like, there's something smart about it. Period.
Okay. I don't disagree with the fact that you can credit
who's
someone with
dumb?
being successful, but
Who's
I don't
dumb?
think that means that I need to know what Aiden Ross
Who's-
thinks about certain issues.
For sure,
or any really.
He's also not here like, oh, I'm telling you about whatever. Like, he's just letting what's his name talk. But there's something about creating an entity that creates that kind of money, and there's some sort of smartness to it.
The show's called Under a Rock with Tig Notaro. Do you want to
I
know,
don't know who that is.
the guests? If you saw Tig, you would.
You know who Tig
I know.
Notaro is.
Let me see
Yeah,
a picture of them.
you might know. Hold on a second. So then these are the guests that were on that Tig had to guess who they were. There was 2 seasons of this, 6 episodes each season, so it wasn't very long. James Vanderbeek, Julie Bowen, Wyclef John, Melissa Joan Hart, Wolfgang Puck, Glenn Howerton, which I saw was like the guy from Always Sunny. Leon, you guys don't care about this. We can just move.
No.
No,
He was,
I'm
he was
locked
informing me
in.
that Tig Notaro's a woman. I had no idea.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Oh,
He's like famous comedian, like
Yeah,
very
there's-
famous.
Really? Can I
You know
Maybe
Aiden
Tony's
Ross.
under the rock.
to be-
I'm more of a picture. I'm more of a picture kind of guy.
Aiden Ross.
I'm more of a picture kind of guy.
You have this
show me
thing.
a
You have this thing called a cell phone, right? And you put in
Yeah,
Tig
but
Notaro
he's-
into
he's
yeah.
locked in.
Tig Notaro.
Mike Fuentes, were you growing a playoff
No, there's no way.
hairstyle
I wouldn't have known that
because
that person.
of the Panthers?
No, I decided like
Because your hair is long.
Oh my God.
guy.
Jess, this guy
What?
is like doing
Oh my
this whole.
God.
He's doing this whole thing where he. So the first time I noticed this was when we went to Nashville, probably like a month and a half, 2 months ago. At this point, right? It's been a while ago. When
Yeah, it was the
that,
end of it. It
April?
was like
NFL
the
draft.
night before. It was the night of my my going away party.
Yes. Yes.
Was it?
It was like 2 nights after. It was that week.
So
Last week of April.
So I noticed, I was like, oh, you like need a haircut or whatever, because he usually was like he talks about his barber as a whole thing. He like gets his hair cut pretty often.
He's got a couple.
So then I asked him about it, and he showed me a photo, and he told me that he was trying. We talked about this already, right?
Yeah, a bunch of times, yeah.
Okay, good. So he shows me a photo of Bradley Cooper and tells me that he's trying to look like Bradley Cooper, and shows me the
okay.
look that he's going for with Bradley Cooper, which is fine. So that's what he's been going for. He's been growing it out for some time. I think that he's cut like the sides, right? He's like
Yeah.
trimmed above the ears or the neck or
Wow.
something. He's trimmed a little bit. He had a semi mullet going at one point in time just because of the airs that he cleaned up, but like it's freshened up, so you can't really tell that anymore, right?
Yeah, because what happens
Now-
is if it gets too long around my ears, I get like annoyed and I want to cut the whole thing.
Yesterday, the guy comes in with the biggest whopper of all time. So he's sitting at the table, and like he's not wearing a hat. He's doing this, like he's freeballing his hair, and he's just like whatever. So everyone's like kind of commenting,
Raw dogging.
because everyone's kind of commenting like, "Oh, your hair's looking longer," which is what he's going for
Yeah, of
by not
course,
wearing the
of
hat, because he
course.
always has a hat on. He always has his
Wants the
8
comments.
variations of the Bass Pro
Attention.
Shop hat that we've talked about, the
Right.
New York
About two
City
more.
one that looks like one. Not another black one.
Well, my old black one is getting a little worse.
You
for
had
wear.
2 already, 2
Yeah.
black ones.
Yes,
didn't
I
you?
have 2. Well, that's why I bought the second black one because I needed it for now. Now the first black one's seen some days, so it needs to get refreshed.
Anywho, so he's Sans hat, which now is like a thing because every day basically he has a hat on. So now everyone's like, "Oh wow, your hair." And someone said something along the lines of, I don't know what they said. And he's like, "Yeah, I'm just going for the scruffy look," or something like that. Like, "Oh, I just woke up and my hair was like the scruffy look." That guy has product in his hair. It's
I was
like
about to ask,
it's
what
shiny.
product are you
Anything.
using?
His hair is glistening
Barely any-
from
see, she
whatever
wants to know
he's
what
put
product
in
it
it.
is.
He has stuff in. He's like, "Yeah, I just woke up like
He
this."
has
Like,
Jesse- he has
brother,
Jesse touch
that
it up
is
in the back.
not what happened.
Jesse touches it up for him in the back. I've
Is
seen
that
it.
so?
Yes, I've seen it happen.
No,
What do you mean no?
Izzy said something.
The
he goes,
abuses of Jesse's services here are kind of crazy. I'll
Me
see
and you-
sometimes.
Me and you, the only ones that really respect her time, and we're like, this is what we need. Very limited. Don't do too much.
Sometimes I'm like,
just
dude,
take
just
care of business.
put down that you did me. It's fine. I don't even care. I'm
Exactly
sitting off in a
right.
back corner in
And
a
then-
shadow.
and then
No
this
one knows
guy's
the difference.
getting
Fucking
eye
Ethan,
patches.
sorry.
I
don't get
Exactly.
anything.
He has
I don't
eye
get
patches.
anything.
Ethan has
Look how I
eye
look right
patches.
now.
Sometimes I walk in, they're doing this like laser thing on their face. And it's like, to edit a podcast,
vibration-
why
the
is this
vibration one.
necessary?
Mike has cucumbers on his eyes.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, what are you doing?
He had a robe on last week. He brought from home. We're like, dude, what are you
we bring in a guy with a
doing?
palm frond just to give me some air on the back
Exactly.
there.
Yeah.
that's a good
So
one.
how long
Somebody
is
holds
this?
grapes and
How
you
long
eat
is this
them.
going to go for?
I don't think it has to go much longer.
So you're just going to be like, that's it. I accomplished it, and then you cut it.
No. I'm gonna keep it till at least. I want to keep it till at least like January next year. I want to keep it through the winter.
Through January?
Yeah. Well, I don't want to keep,
My
but I'm not.
God.
But I'm not gonna keep growing.
That's
it.
another 6 months.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna keep growing it. I'm just gonna keep it long.
Did you mean July?
You mean the beard or the hair?
No, the hair. No,
Why
the beard's going out.
January?
It's gone today.
So this is not a playoff thing. This is just
No,
you're
no.
like, yeah, I'm Bradley Cooper now.
Yeah, I have a good hairline.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do this.
That's
Yeah.
what he's saying.
That's basically what it is.
The beard's gone entirely.
You
or
should shave
trimmed?
the beard like Bradley Cooper's beard in the first episode of the last season of Righteous Gemstones.
No,
the
that's
Civil
not.
War
That's not gonna-
reenactment.
No, that's not gonna.
How
You should
quickly
do
does
that.
your beard grow back?
Pretty fast.
So you could do any kind of funniness with your beard, and it'll
Yeah.
just grow back. You'll be fine.
Goes back
And so
real fast.
weekend.
Yeah.
Who's the
coming
guy
up.
that had the question mark mustache?
Oh, that
Didn't
was
he tell the
uh,
Astros?
Yeah, that was the guy that hit Stanton in the face. What was his
Picture,
name?
what's his name?
Michael something. I know who you're talking about. He had like a letter G on his face or something.
yes,
yeah,
it was
that
a G
guy.
or a question
He
mark.
pitched 2 no-hitters, and he's just going to be remembered for stupidness like the facial hair and hitting Stanton in the face.
Damn, what was his name?
Fuentes, you could do like an M and a C for Mystery Crate on each cheek.
Ooh,
with your
yeah.
beard.
That seems like a plan. I'll think about it.
Was it Michael?
Probably.
Jess, also just so you know, all the big Panthers fans that are here, all of them basically had their beard shaved this morning already. They could not get their beards off their faces fast
Yeah.
enough.
I mean, Roy is not here, but like defense for Roy, everyone was like, "Oh, he shaved his playoff beard. They're gonna lose now," and they won.
Well,
'cause
they
it
did.
doesn't
They
matter.
did lose the next game though.
Yeah, Mike Fires.
Okay, but they won the Stanley Cup.
Fires,
You're right.
Yes.
And also, Mike Ryan didn't even come in the day after the Stanley Cup, so
Yeah, I was
What's a
surprised
schedule
by
thing,
that.
though, right?
Nah, but that's one of those. I mean, Mike has enough weight around here; just does whatever he wants. He could come in if he wanted to the day after
Exactly.
the Panthers won.
And you have
He
to
was like,
show
"I'm
up with
gonna
a migraine
rage."
and
That's
Jeremy
fine.
with a
You don't need
keyboard.
to talk about that.
that's a great point, Tony.
Dude,
Thank you.
the keyboard has wheels. It's so
He wheeled it in. When I first heard him, I thought it was Carmen coming in with breakfast, and I was
It's
like, "Oh, all over
huge.
here!" And it's like this huge thing. I was like, "Oh my god!"
yeah, like it's a it's a keyboard
What
that
did he do with it?
it's like
Wrote
just
a song.
it has
He
a
wrote a Mensa
case
song
and
for
it's
Tony
like
Valley.
it's like the size of like those tents that you take out like a
the
10 by
beach,
10
yes.
tent for tailgating.
Yes, for the whole family.
It's a case like that with wheels that he walked across the street, took out of his car just to make a song. Did we even play that song?
Yeah, we did in post game. It was like the Mentos song.
You were
and
there. You
there was
played
another
it.
one.
Hey, unpopular opinion. Stuffed crust pizza
Next,
sucks.
hold on. Next,
We'll
We have to
discuss
figure out
when we
which
come
one
up.
is Mike Ryan. Mike Ryan.
Yeah, he needs to find out which one's mine because
Well
he always thinks
said.
I throw one in there.
Fuck.
Yeah.
What?
You?
you
Betcha. Which is brought to you by DraftKings. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Now, Tony, you inspired me this
you,
week
buddy.
because you told me that you have like a big futures bet.
I do.
And these are kind of popular on Twitter where people will pick a lot of champions.
I got a long future. It's been a
And
long play, buddy.
You had the Panthers as one of the legs.
I did, and I might have Oklahoma City as the other leg.
And then your last
depending
leg?
on what happened last night?
Your last leg is what?
My last leg is the Los Angeles Dodgers to repeat in the MLB to go back to back. So I need them to win the World Series.
Baseball's a little weird,
It is.
but they are the best team with the most money and the best players. So this week on You Betcha, we got the Club World Cup going on right now in the States, a little warm-up for the real World Cup, which is coming next summer. PSG just won the European Championship, so I'd take the future on them. It's plus 280 right now, or you can take Real Madrid. They're at plus 500. Real Madrid taking a lot of heat over the summer, supposed to be one of the best teams in Europe. They got a lot of the best players.
Who's Yamal play for?
Yamal plays for Barcelona, who is not in the competition. But you can get Real Madrid at plus 500 right now at time of recording, PSG plus 280 at time of recording. But you know what? If you want to be saucy like Tony, you take the Dodgers with PSG, and that goes from plus 280 to plus 1325. That's You Betcha.
What is it? The Dodgers to win the World Series?
I had the Panthers to win the Stanley Cup, the Oklahoma City Thunder to win the NBA Finals, and the Dodgers to win the World Series.
And what is that? What are you sitting on?
was
What'd you put?
25 to win 1,100.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So
What's the deal with the Club World Cup? Like, I'm asking not to be
Not to be
super
sarcastic.
not
It's
to
like
be
the World
sarcastic or
Cup.
critical.
Oh, because everyone's
No.
arguing
It's club.
about it,
Yeah.
and you have to have a take, Billy. I'm with you. It's like half the people are like, this is a cash grab, and then half the people are like, this is great. We should do this.
Well,
every
Guys,
year."
guess what? They're all cash grabs.
Okay.
They're all here to make money.
Well,
They're all
so
cash grabs.
I mean, I've seen that it's like one of those things where it's like, don't ask too many questions into who's running this World Cup here because you're not going to like what you find, which, like, that's fine. My question was more so in terms of, like, the popularity of it because we have this hotel is full of people that are going to the games. I've seen some of the games are packed, but I also saw that, like, the Inter Miami game, the kickoff game or whatever they want to call it, they had like promos where they were giving away tickets.
Yeah.
Now, if I went and I looked for tickets though, like on the secondary market, you had to pay a decent amount, but like they had student tickets where it's like buy one ticket, get 4 free. So I'm having a hard time figuring out if this is working or if it's not working.
I had the same thought you did where secondary market, they were expensive, but then I heard about all these crazy promos. I think one of the promos was if you buy a ticket to this game, you get 4 Inter Miami home games later or something
I mean,
like
it's
that.
literally like the middle of the summer during the
it's
workday,
tough.
all these games.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's probably hard to get fans there. At the same time, I'm not going to stick up for FIFA for being like, caring about athletes and their well-being or anything that is good.
Well, so Inter Miami, are they like still alive in this tournament? Because when I saw that this is the ticket situation where it's like these tickets like could be more affordable than just going to an Inter Miami game, which shouldn't be the case if this is supposed to be a big deal, right? But if there's 60,000 seats and they're not selling, the tickets will go down cheaper than Inter Miami's capacity, which is what, like 20,000,
22,000,
15, something like that. Yeah.
22,000, yeah.
So I don't necessarily care all that much about Inter Miami, but like I'd have a chance to see Messi if he decides to play. I'd have a chance to see Messi, which I could then say like to someone down the road. Probably my daughters won't care if I've seen Messi or not. They won't know who Messi is because by that time Messi will be long retired and we won't be
new
having
Messi.
Yeah. Who do you think the
baby
new
Messi.
Messi will be?
Probably Yamal.
Lamine Yamal probably, plays for Barcelona, 17-year-old kid, already won the European Championship.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Where's he from?
He's from Spain. His parents, I think, are from Morocco and Equatorial Guinea. But he plays for the Spanish national team because he grew up in Spain.
Wait, was Messi's son the one that scored like 18 goals in a game, or was that Ronaldo's son? I think it was like Messi's son, like scored like 18 goals in a game.
Yeah, kids.
Kids.
Inter Miami played all lead to a draw 0-0.
God, I'm glad I didn't go to that one.
I think there's kind of like a little Messi fatigue in Miami though. Like being from here, we know Miami moves very fast. We're like we love stuff. How many times us growing up there'd be like a club in one place. 6 months later, it closed down. A new club opens, and they're like, "Oh man, this hot new club." Wow. It's the exact same club.
Wait, are we talking about a soccer club, or are we talking about like a going out club?
Nightclub.
Okay.
Yeah, but Miami tends to like be really in love with things like F1. F1 the first year, couldn't get away from it. F1, the biggest event in Miami. We got fake pool and boats on the track and all this crap.
Fake pool.
Yeah, remember they had like the fake water thing with the boat.
The fake marina. Yeah, that was
fake
definitely
marina.
not a thing people were like saying was cool.
No, I know, but I remember they had all that crap, and then like it was this F1 this year. Like nobody really cares. Yeah,
it's actually. I mean, I get what you're saying. The hype has definitely worn off as like a novelty, but apparently they're still selling a ton of tickets.
I'm sure the real fans go, and you get people to travel because obviously you compare like I'm going to go to F1 and I'm going to have vacation. Right?
Well,
but yeah, you're not paying $20,000 for a club seat now because that's absurd.
Correct.
I have some bad news
never
for
cost
you.
that much money.
If you think that no one cares, they like extended the F1 contract through like 2040 or something. Yeah,
like
they're here for a while.
But don't you feel like a lot of that stuff is fueled by TV money too? Like this Club World Cup thing.
Of course, they want to have a race in North America, and they have a track where they can, they're partners with the people that run the track. They don't have to shut down the city for it. Like it's a dedicated F1 track.
Yeah, and then it's the same thing with the Club World Cup. Like they were making fun of one of the games because there was only like 100 people in the stands, and I'm like, yeah, but that game still goes on Fox. Yeah. And people watch it on Fox.
It was like Chelsea versus somebody.
Not even. It was two teams.
Like Atlanta.
Two teams I never even heard of. I think one was like from Uzbekistan or something. Like just nobody cares. But it goes on TV.
F1, I went this year. It's like a cool event to attend. But in terms of like if you actually care, it's like way overpriced. Yeah. It's like 50 laps, and the cheapest ticket was like $400. No. Like day of.
Really?
After,
that much?
Like after it started, I checked. So we had passes. We had passes that didn't have like seats, and we didn't really have.
Did you have like paddock passes?
Yeah. So we basically could see a portion of the track if we were standing like on the Helix where you were supposed to be like moving.
Right.
And I don't even know if we were supposed to have access to that Helix, if I'm going to be honest with you. Like it was like a press area.
So what is Helix in like American terms?
It's a spiral that you walk up at sunlight.
At Hard Rock,
Hard
like
Rock,
the big round ramps that they have.
Yeah. So like we could, if we were standing on one of those, you could see like a portion of the track. So we thought like, wow, there's kind of like a decent amount of empty seats here. Let's just go and like try our luck.
Were you on the side where you see like the hairpin turn and then they come up through like the straightaway? Where the finish line is. Yeah. Billy, there's like, if you're a press person, the best way to watch the race is in the press box on TV. And at that point, you'd probably rather just be home.
So that's kind of what a lot of people were doing. Like, I don't want to put people's business out there, but like the day before, or I think Friday, because we went Friday and Sunday to record stuff. So like the Friday, the Sky Sports people, right? That's what it's called, Sky Sports. So like Danica's there with like the people that call the action. Yeah,
Crofty.
And they were just kind of hanging out there, like in the bowels of Hard Rock Stadium, because they had like a giant big screen TV, and people were sitting there, and they had the big ass fans spinning around on the roof, so it wasn't like that hot. And that's how a lot of people were just watching it in like the paddocks. They were just watching it on TV, even though it was right next to you. But we were there, and it's the first time I was there, so I was like, let's try to see if we can actually watch part of this race. We tried to go in. They stopped us, so I was like, you know what? If I can like get on game time like a ticket that's reasonably be priced, because there's only like 30 laps left or something. If I can pay
you'll just go sit in a seat.
Yeah, I buy a ticket for like $40, $50 or something, whatever people were selling it for at this point in time in the race, and it was still like $350. I'm like, I think it's time to beat the traffic, because it's also going to be raining soon. Like, let's get out of here.
Kugler's got to get his Diet Coke.
Oh, my God, that guy. Every time you go anywhere with him, you stop 3 times to get Diet Coke.
I don't like that.
Also growing his hair out, by the way.
Mike, why do you say that you don't like stuffed crust pizza?
They have a little competition going on, Jess, between Mike Fuentes and Kugler.
We talked about hair products the other day for like 10 minutes.
Cougs, though?
I'm growing mine out, too.
Cougs,
very nice.
Cougs kind of longer grows. I don't want to put his business out there. You see some grays. Got some grays going on there.
Well, me too.
Don't we all?
Nothing wrong with grays.
But his grays kind of blend in with his hair, because his hair is like a lightish brown. Yeah.
I got to thank you for that picture you took of me, Jess, with the Stanley Cup 2 years ago. The one with me holding the Cafecito cup. But every time I look at that picture, I'm like, yo, I'm super gray. Like gray.
Yeah. Well, what did you expect?
I know. Oh, God. Anyway, Tony, you know what the problem with stuffed crust pizza is?
You need to get married just so you can give up. To be honest with you, you care too much about like your appearance and just general stuff. Like get married and then you won't feel bad.
Oh, it's so freeing.
Yeah, like you don't like once you just are like I'm good and then you stop caring, none of that bothers you. But the fact is, and like this is
he's a personality on Mystery Crate. He needs to keep upkeep with his appearance.
Nah, look at me.
No, it's just I'm vain, so I need.
I know, but you need to. That's why I'm saying you need to just settle down and get rid of your vanity because I hate to tell you, brother, it's not going to get any better than it is. Like
I know it's not.
You are on the
that's not
decline.
true.
No, it is true. You're on the decline. It's not going to get any better for you in terms of like. And this isn't me being mean. This is just the reality of the situation. This is, Mother Nature, Father Time, both of them undefeated. Listen. So you need to just kind of like accept. You can try to maintain, right? But like, I doubt that you could ever dunk. But like, you're never going to dunk again.
But that was never going to happen.
I know, but I'm saying like everybody hits that point where it's like your body can't continue doing that thing. So unless you're going to start dyeing your hair, you're just going to get grayer and grayer. So you might as well embrace it and then just move on, be happy. And now they're zooming into your hair to try to find grays, which is not nice.
We don't need to find them everywhere. And
that's
then
not
here,
nice. Yeah, the beard.
The beard is a real killer.
But the beard is like a beard is fine. Like a gray beard, I think is not like
salt and pepper.
Yeah,
but the gray beard makes you look really old.
There needs to be more pepper than salt. I think it's the most important
that's what you're going for. Yeah,
I need more pepper than I do salt.
Yeah.
So why do you hate
Tony's got it good. Tony's gray is like right where he does like the fade.
Yeah.
So like Tony, you can't tell like is that the fade or is that gray?
Jason, can you zoom in on that?
Tony's got like the classic like
on the sides, yeah.
Mafia like random like two little gray patches on the side if he grows it out.
I got the poly walnuts.
Yeah, and you're like that doesn't seem like it's a real thing.
I love the poly walnuts.
Yeah, I got that a little bit there, and then on the other side too, and then
the problem isn't the color. The problem is the texture. The gray texture is coarse.
Yeah, I mean, but you don't have it that bad, Tony. But your hair also, I noticed if your hair's shorter, you can't notice the grays as much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should shave your head, Fuentes.
Yeah, that's not happening.
Why?
Because I have a great hairline, and I'm not going to give it up.
So
for
do
anything. I'm not saying you don't.
But
you had your hair long when I first met you.
I know.
What made you this vain?
I don't know. It's a good question.
The huzz.
Anyway, you know what's wrong with stuffed crust pizza?
Yeah,
it's really greasy, and it sucks.
Oh.
No. So this is your okay. So I found
so this is your opinion. Okay, let's go through the topics. Okay. Let's see. Unpopular opinion: sports with judges should not be in the Olympics. What?
What does that mean?
Because it's
like gymnastics.
Yeah, because that whittles down to like a person's preference.
Another.
Oh my God. Okay. So, ice cream ruins.
Those are also the only sports that ever have controversies.
Okay, can we go to the ice cream one because I'm disregarding the first one. Ice cream ruins most desserts. That is so unequivocally false. This past weekend, I made a blackberry cake with cinnamon ice cream on the side, like homemade cinnamon ice cream from like one of those ice cream places that actually makes their own ice cream. It was so good together. Oh my God, it was delicious. This is just wrong.
Mike, I have a couple of things. A good pair here that trumps whatever it is that you put, which is ice cream ruins most desserts. I don't know why you would have that take. All right.
Not my take. Again, not my take. Definitely not my take. Definitely not my take.
Okay. I will raise you with the bonsai brownie from Flanagan's, which has ice cream in it, brownie, Kit Kat pieces, Oreo on top, hot fudge, whipped cream, the whole nine, and the Pizookie, which is a skillet cookie.
That's hit or miss, though.
Yeah, it really depends on the cookie. Because the cookie's like
chocolate
burnt.
chip. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Chocolate chip skillet cookie with an ice cream on top, and then you have
ice cream on it.
Listen, when I get a good apple pie a la mode
with some ice cream on it,
let me tell you, life changing. So this is clearly not my take because I do believe that there's a lot of desserts where ice cream makes it better.
Okay.
And I just love ice cream in general. I went to Salt and Straw the other day and destroyed like an olive oil ice cream.
I like it, but get over yourself.
Salt and Straw.
Get over yourself. Get over yourself. I'm gonna have a rosemary sage ice cream with the shirt.
Can I have the
Give
lemon,
the kid
the
Rocky
lemon and
Road.
lavender? Yeah.
Keep it moving, okay? I don't need you to have tortellini ice cream. Give me a break. Like
the
penne
flavor,
alla vodka of ice cream. Like what is this?
Tortellini ice cream?
The lavender
might be your best
coffee?
joke of all time.
Thank you.
Okay, but I do like experimenting, and I want to take a little sample.
Hey.
And I'm only if there's not 100 people behind me. Otherwise, I
The problem
have
is
too
the
much.
sample's
I'm too
$150,
self-conscious.
dude.
No, they get free samples like crazy at Salt and Straw.
That's what they want you to
What
do.
is it's 15? I'm on their website. What is 50? It just says $15. What is it?
Everything is 15
For what? Salt and straw?
It's expensive.
Yeah. it
Look
is
at the
expensive.
menu. Please read some of the ice cream flavors.
It's $15 for a pint minimum order of 5 pints to ship.
Dale,
You have to spend
95
almost,
bucks.
Yeah, almost $100.
Go
on
to their
ice cream.
menu and read me their ice creams and tell me, does it sound like an ice cream?
It's this website. It seems
I got it.
like a
All
website for
flavors.
this because
Okay,
it's,
give it to me. Give it to me.
Wild foraged berry slab pie.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, that sounds so good.
Rhubarb crumble with toasted anise.
like,
Oh, that sounds
what?
good, too.
Like, what?
Here, next one.
Look at the
Anise
bonsai
is-
brownie on the
is-
screen for all the homies. Thank you.
Wildflower honey and lemon chess pie.
Like,
Chess pie is delicious.
That sounds delicious. I'm not gonna lie. Cinnamon snickerdoodle.
you don't know what a chess pie is. You have no idea.
I don't, but Jess says it's good. I believe her.
She also said rhubarb was good. Rhubarb sucks.
Honey lavender.
Rhubarb's delicious.
Honey lavender.
That's a tea. That's not an ice cream.
Yeah, it's a candle.
Oh my god,
on, dude.
I disagree with
Candle
That's
or
a
ice cream?
body wash too.
Candle or ice cream? Let's go.
Yeah.
That's actually a good game.
yeah, that is.
Go.
Candle or ice cream
Go,
is a
go,
great
go.
game.
Candle or ice cream?
Pear and blue cheese.
That seems like a strange mix.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm into
I don't
it.
know about
I'm gonna
that
say
one.
ice cream.
I'll try it. I'll try it. Salted malted chocolate chip cookie dough.
That is absolutely a candle.
Yeah.
Absolutely a candle.
Panther coffee tres leches.
Probably one of the better ones.
Yeah. The salty donut, guava, and cheese.
Also probably one of the
Also
better
probably
ones.
one of the better ones. Here's a good one for you. Strawberry honey balsamic with black pepper. That's a salad.
Like, what?
That's a salad.
That's,
What are we doing?
That's not ice cream. That's salad.
I would try it though.
Yeah. No, I've tried these all because the weirder the name, the more
Have
I
you
want
ever
to
had
try it.
balsamic vinegar on ice cream? I had it once at an Italian restaurant. It was so good.
Like this place is where I
mia.
tried their Abakina olive oil, and I'm like, olive oil, that can't be good in ice cream. Delicious.
All right, keep
Olive
going.
oil is delicious on everything.
That's true.
Where'd you go? Winwood for this?
Yeah, there's one in Wynwood,
in
and
the
there's one
Grove.
in the Grove.
Yeah.
And I
then
think
one on
they're
the
opening a
beach.
bunch of them. Yeah. But I think The Rock is an investor.
Oh, good.
I mean, they charge like $8,000
I don't- listen,
mortgage to buy an ice cream.
Listen, Dwayne, I don't need to get ice cream from you. You don't eat shit that I would enjoy. Okay, like you have no idea what good ice cream.
No, but he
is.
likes he has those cheat
Please.
days where he has like the waffles. He's like 1,000 waffles.
Every day's a cheat day
True.
for me. I'm 5 times the expert on junk food that he is. Don't tell me how
He's got
much
him with
you know
that.
about
All right,
food.
give us
please.
the best next couple ones, Mike.
You don't need to wash jeans more than once a month.
Oh, I was gonna go candle or ice cream.
I thought you were gonna give us an ice cream.
Is that
Like,
an
I
ice
read all,
cream
I read all the
Yeah.
flavors. Well, I'll just search
Jeans
obscure ice.
water.
I'm just
No,
gonna
no,
search
it's
obscure
over.
ice cream
It's over.
flavors, and we'll go from there.
Why do you
over.
think breakfast isn't essential?
It's not. I agree with that.
I used to be on that train, but I feel better when I eat breakfast, which is weird because I'm eating more in the day, but I feel better.
I wouldn't call it essential though. Like some mornings it's necessary, but not every morning.
I would say I didn't eat breakfast until we started getting breakfast here, and then I started eating breakfast.
Would you, if they made you choose, you can only eat the breakfast or the lunch here? Which one would you go for?
Lunch.
Do we know what it is? Or
No,
blind
it's just in
guessing?
general.
Street.
Like, would you rather have the breakfast or the lunch if they told you can only have one?
Lunch for sure.
I think I'd rather have the breakfast.
This also sounds like a question that David Sampson's posing to get our true opinion on it on a content strategy.
Yeah, you're.
Yeah.
And
More
you're-
empty bags of chips for us.
You answered
You're a
poorly.
plant.
Yeah, I'm a plant.
Exactly right.
Corporate Mike.
Corporate Mike.
Corporate Mike is back.
Son of a.
Son of a bitch.
So you don't need to wash jeans more than once a month. I agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, unless you
Yeah.
like,
Unless
spill
you s-
ketchup on
yeah.
them. Yeah. But like, if you're just wearing them out,
Dark jeans, especially. Light jeans, a little different. Dark
Depends,
jeans
yeah.
for sure.
yeah.
The problem is then they get stiff. You know, you try to put the jeans on when you put them in the dryer.
Well, I don't dry jeans.
I'll just. What?
I don't dry jeans.
Really? What do you do?
hang 'em.
The dryer
You hang 'em?
destroys clothes, man.
It does.
Yeah, so like I'll
I
hang
know,
it
I
up,
don't like the dryer.
and then what I'll do is like I have those balls, like dryer balls that are like wool or whatever. So I'll wait till they dry, then like I'll throw them in the dryer with the balls, just like beat them
Humble.
up so they're not so stiff.
I do a refresh if
Yeah.
if I haven't washed my jeans and they're like in the corner or whatever and they're a little bit wrinkled.
raggedy?
Little ripe.
Yeah, I just toss them in the dryer for like a little.
But like on a
with a couple
10
dryer
minutes.
sheets.
Yeah,
you're good to go.
exactly right.
Yeah. So you don't have to wash your
Hand
jeans more
washing
than
is
once a
better
month.
than dishwasher.
That's the
I
biggest
100%
lie.
agree with you. However, it depends on your sink. You have to have a good sink. I've lived in a lot of apartments with terrible sinks. Sink is the most underrated thing in your kitchen. And also, apparently, hand washing uses way more
Yeah,
water
a
than
ton more
dishwashing.
water.
The earth actually.
Ton
So
more
it's
water.
actually
That's-
worse for conservation.
That's big dishwasher doing the talking there.
Trying to get-
you know
trying
what
to
I
make
mean?
sales.
They got
I've
me.
seen them and they're like, you run your dishwasher every night, even if there's only one plate in it. It's better than using the sink. And I'm like, I don't know that running my dishwasher
Well-
for 6 hours for one plate is better than just washing it.
The other thing is, I saw a video from, I think it was like a Washington Post thing that was like, if you put plastic in the dishwasher, every time you run it, the plastic degrades more and more, and then you're just like washing your shit with like microplastics.
Yeah.
And I'm like, great, more microplastics. Like they
balls,
don't,
dude.
they're in my balls.
It's crazy how much are
They're in my
balls right now.
nads.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Pissing
I
little
can't
green
get them
army men
out.
or
I don't even know if they're going to do anything to me, but I'm like, okay, so now I can't put anything plastic in the dishwasher. So I'm hand washing the plastic. The plastic's like double bad for the environment because it's like hard. It's bad to make. If you're not reusing it, then it's a waste. It takes like 1,000 years to degrade. Or I'm hand washing it and then I'm using a shit ton of water to get it clean because I can't put it in the dishwasher.
Chad, are we cooked with plastic?
Yeah, I'm about to say plastics seem
Are we cooked?
plastics seem bad.
I was gonna say I wash my dishes too much before I put them on the dishwasher.
You gotta go. Shh.
No,
quick
I
rinse.
oftentimes basically clean them completely and then put them in the dishwasher. And I'm like, I think I'm doing too much because I'm
That's
like,
the worst
This has
for the
been here.
environment.
This has been here a little bit. Like I don't want it to take it out and then have a little this crumb or this like ketchup or jam or whatever, not jam, but this little thing stuck on the plate. Like let me make sure it's nice and clean. And then I put it in. I'm like, I basically have already washed these dishes. Now I'm having to go through a second go around for some reason.
That's what the one thing I've noticed when I do hand washing is it takes me so long because I'm so meticulous about cleaning it.
I'm like,
Put it in the water.
ew, what's
Keep it
that?
moving.
That's what I'm
Ew.
saying. Like, because I'm there washing it, all of a sudden, like, I've been here for 25 minutes. Like, what am I doing? Like, I could have been done with this in 3 minutes.
Nah,
But
I
you know
load
what?
that son of a bitch and I
the
let
best,
it run.
Oh.
the best
Sorry.
kitchen tool is Scrub Mommy. I love
Oh
her.
yeah,
I love good scrub mom.
yeah.
But still, I'm there, like, and then I could have been done.
And then I'm the
I,
scrub daddy, and I was like, I don't want to scrub. I just want to put them in there.
I've converted. I'm on the Scrub Daddy, just normal sponges though.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm on Scrub
You don't have
Mommy
the
still.
normal-
Well,
have
because-
the hard back.
It's like yeah, it does, but it's a 4-pack and they're just squares. It's
But that's-
made by Scrub Daddy.
I don't like that.
It's made by Scrub
the
Daddy.
mommy is
I
the
need
one with
the
the two
face.
sides, right?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
Daddy too, but I think Daddy's
really?
just like different
Blue
color or
and
something.
pink.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
my daddy one I saw is both both rough sides. And then the scrub mommy is the soft sponge side, and then the hard.
Then maybe
have
this
the-
is a 4-pack of Scrub Mommy rectangles.
Oh.
Thing is that they're kind of pricey for one sponge. So
Oh,
like
for
the
sure,
four,
but they do last a long
They
time.
last
yeah, the
forever,
4-pack is más económico.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It'll last longer.
Every
Especially
once in
if
a
I get
while,
it at Costco or something.
I see deals on Twitter from like
yeah.
those sites, and they'll do like a 3-pack for $9.99. I'm like, bargain.
You know what I bought online or was gifted online? I don't know if you guys have seen this, that you see and you're like, that seems like not something that's legitimate. Is for like barbecuing. It's a I don't remember what it's called, but it's like, this is what firemen use
I've seen
to
it.
do
I've seen it 1,000
whatever,
times. It's
right?
like a red thing with like a sponge.
It's
at
a
the end.
giant red thing with
Yes,
a sponge
I know
on
exactly
the end
what you're
of it, and the
talking about.
sponge has like grooves, and you basically like just
put the grates-
soak it with water, and it uses the steam to clean the grill.
Yes, I've seen it 1,000 times.
Let me tell you something.
It works.
Works like a charm.
No
that
way!
thing
And I need to get that for Lehman.
incredible.
No way.
It's incredible. The thing is like after you use it once, the yellow sponge is then like
Dirty.
yeah, like great, whatever. You can like clean it, but it's always going to have a little bit left on it. So like I'm now using the sponge trying to figure out when do I change
To the
this
other
sponge.
side?
It's called like Grill Rescue 911
know
or something
exactly
like that.
what
Like
you're
it's a
talking
crazy
about,
thing. Hey, it actually works. It's great.
Does
I
it work
turned
for
on-
blacktops though? Because I have a
Griddles?
Blackstone.
Like a basketball
like a griddle.
court?
No, like a griddle.
I
don't have a grill, I have a griddle.
I would think so. You just have to like turn it on. It has to be like 400, 450 degrees or something like that, and then it just uses like the steam. The stuff all like washes right off.
The problem is the water
Yeah.
on the Blackstone is not good. It's
Well, I mean,
I
it's-
clean it with oil because you have to with the Blackstone. Any griddle, any like blacktop surface like that,
It's
you can't put
seasoned.
water. Right,
Yeah.
it's seasoned.
It's
So
like a cast
I
iron.
think you.
I have to
I
oil
think that's
it
like
and then
a
chisel
I-
off whatever's rusted and then
Yeah,
heat it up
I
to
think you can
1,000 degrees.
Clean it.
You know,
I don't
can't
know.
use Grill Rescue then, my friend, because its whole concept is water. So it's not going to work out for
Says
you.
it
You know
right there
what?
on
You
the
know?
site.
Have you seen also something that I tried using? I saw like on Instagram or TikTok or one of those where it's like, oh, if you can't clean your grill. This is before I had the Grill Rescue, which by the way, right now, Independence Day pricing up to 60% off, which is probably always the price, but that's fine. Have you like ever cleaned your grill with an onion?
Yeah, I've seen that.
So like you,
I've seen that
you go,
too.
you scrub it with the
You
onion.
take a pincho and then you put the onion.
Gets everything
Does
off.
that give you flashbacks, Billy?
I sometimes worry about things like that. I've gotten to a better place, a better relationship with onions as long as they're like small and diced. You know, like I'm okay. I don't like onion rings, but I never liked onion rings. I don't like a wet onion. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Yeah.
I like
Pickled onion?
a crispy onion if I'm gonna have an onion. If I could choose to not have it, I would choose to not have it. But if it's in there and it's a little,
You strike me as a
diced
BK onion ring guy.
No.
with the zesty sauce.
no, I hate onion rings.
You know what I
You
think
don't
of
like onions at
whenever
all?
I hear about onions? I'm tired, Grandpa. Well, that's too damn bad.
What?
From Holes.
I think of Eddie House.
Remember?
No, I remember.
Onions?
I remember.
I've never seen holes.
I saw it one time and I don't remember anything about it.
Shia
Oh my
LaBeouf, They get sent
God.
to like this bad kid.
I remember
camp, and
Shia
they have to,
LaBeouf being in it, but that's it.
I saw Shia
Mainly yell
LaBeouf
nats.
getting bothered in walking around the streets of Cannes, and people were like trying to take pictures with him, and he's like, okay, and he's like, one picture, and he'll take a picture with everyone, but he had like this horrible face in every picture, like, okay, what do you want? And it's like people are harassing him. It's like, dude, Shia LaBeouf, why are you walking around the streets of Cannes while this is going on by yourself? Like,
He's
you
kinda
know
cooked,
this is
right?
gonna happen.
You know what I would watch?
I feel bad for Justin Bieber.
Religiously.
Also cooked.
Billy.
Yes.
You just doing household gadget reviews on YouTube.
Oh, let me write that
Whoa,
down.
this might be a lane for Billy.
Be the
household
Aiden
gadget
Ross of
reviews.
household gadget reviews.
Wow.
Just order everything you see on an
Pretty
infomercial
smart
and do a
guy.
review on
And
it.
No, you gotta
and then
send him
some
in.
guy's gonna be
Hey.
like, look at this guy, Billy, he's such an idiot.
Listen, TV, as seen on TV. I used to work at the As Seen on TV store for like
In Dolphin?
No
one,
freaking way.
one,
Dolphin
one
or
time a
National
week,
Mall?
like every 2 weeks for like 2 months while I was in between jobs. We made like $8 a day. I don't know how the store stayed open. It has to have been something else going on there because there's no way we were paying for the electricity bill.
Should
Anyways,
have called it Billy's Secret.
Goodbye.